What's up and welcome to the Indie Credible Podcast, episode 34, I think. I think it's 34. I haven't got the notes down. It's 34, I think, yeah.
Why not?
I can't count that high anyway. A weekly podcast where we get together and chat about the world of indie gaming. We go through what we've been playing, we go through the latest indie game news, and we speak about a general main topic. And this week's all going to be around Kickstarter, but we'll talk more about that later. Where can you find us, Dan? I'm all over.
You're just all over there. Just indie-credible.com is the main website. You find it at iIndieCredible on pretty much
Indie Credible.
all other things.
Everywhere
Twitter,
else is
Facebook.
2 eyes because I was a dick and didn't check it first. But
yeah,
but oh well. Or you can obviously on YouTube and that. And
I like to think of it like iRobot.
Yeah.
iIndieCredible.
iIndieCredible.
Let's pretend that was why.
Yeah. Don't say that because
we'll get done for it, won't we?
For some kind of copyright. And we are available on podcast services around the world. Pretty much every single one now. Apart from Android, Google Play. Sorry, Google Play. We're not on there because it's not available in the UK. But I have checked, and we've got RSS feeds coming up from websites I've never heard of. I'm like, that exists? Like that's a podcast service? I'm like, cool. And we're doing really well. Especially when you comment, because one of our patrons, Brian, commented recently, and just his comment instantly threw us into the new and noteworthy, and it meant that we had about 3 times the amount of listeners on last week's episode than we normally do.
I love the idea that we're new and noteworthy.
Yeah,
this is our 34th episode.
Oh no, new and noteworthy. You got some in there that are in the hundreds.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. But you Have you ever looked in the games and hobby section of iTunes?
No, I try and avoid it because it's just
always near the top. Normally, IGN UK podcast, I think at the moment is top, but they're always fighting with. Do you know what the other one is?
No, go on.
It's like Gardener's World or something.
Is it really?
Gardener's World or Gardener's something is always there fighting for the top spot.
That should be our goal, just to beat Gardener's World. I don't care about IGN or anything like that. Let's beat Gardener's World.
You just know people are there like, come on, love, let's download. Make sure you listen. We've got to get it up. Let's get this Gardener's World going. But yeah, this is the Indie Credible Podcast, a weekly indie game podcast where we talk about all things indie games. And as always, we start with what we've been playing. So, should we go into what we've been playing? Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
You go for it because you've got some gripes to get off.
Yeah, I have. So I've played 4 games this week, but one I've played 10 minutes of, so I can't really comment. And that was what's it called? The pony fighting game.
Oh Jesus, the one I sent. Yeah. Oh shit.
Them something fighters. Them herd fighters. Them herding fighters or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It's literally My Little Pony. It's not licensed, but My Little Pony fighting game.
Yeah.
And I jumped in and had 2 matches on that, and it's like straight up legit a fighting game.
I find that hilarious because when I saw it, I thought it was just a take the mick. Look, My Little Pony's fighting. Yeah. And then you were like, no, this is a proper fighter.
Yeah. Like you have the combo strands in there are more Capcom than Arc in terms of they are.
But it's Arc who's doing it, isn't it? Is that right?
I think so. Yeah, Arc have had a hand in making it. Yeah, the anime fighters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I won't speak loads because I know Fighter is a bit of a niche market and people don't love them. But it's not like Street Fighter. It's more like, say, Dragon Ball, where you have a light, medium, heavy attack. You don't have low and higher attacks.
Okay.
But yeah, you have full special moves in there. You have meters in there. It's legit a fighter. You have the frame count at the moment. There's one character that everyone seems to be playing. Like, so I've only played 2 matches. Both matches I played against this person. And they, I don't know if this pony, sounds weird saying that, is a little bit broken at the moment. They seem to have frame advantage after a heavy attack, which should never happen in any fighter unless you're using some ability. Right. You should never have frame advantage. After a heavy, that's when you are open to be punished. That's why you normally hit confirm with a light or medium to then unleash your heavy.
Right.
Without going into it too much. So yeah, at the moment it seems a little bit thinking, but we're doing a full preview, which will be up probably around the end of next week. I'm looking forward to diving into it more. But that's
whatever the game was called.
Yeah, I think it's them herding fighters or something.
It's something like that.
Anyway, but I'm going to jump into. Should we start with positives or negatives?
Let's start happy.
Let's start happy,
and then smash it down at the end.
I have played a game this week that I honestly think might well be the most magical, or one of the most magical games I've ever played.
Okay.
It is genuinely incredible, and that is Celeste.
See, I've heard lots of people going on about this game. Go on, tell me.
Firstly, it's fucking hard. Like, that game hands your ass to you, but in the most accessible way I've ever felt.
An easy arse handing.
Literally. So as soon as you start the game, there's a thing called assist mode. And I didn't click on it. I started playing the game, and then I was like, the first level, I was like, this is all right. Or it's first chapter. Second chapter got a bit harder. Third chapter, I'm thinking, fuck me, this is getting hard. Fourth chapter, I'm like, this is nails. Fucking nails. I went to the assist mode. I haven't put it on because you click on it and it basically comes up with this little message saying that this mode here is here so everyone can experience the story of Celeste.
Yeah.
But a lot of the story is tied to the difficulty of the gameplay and unlocking certain parts. Yeah. We encourage you to play through the game without this unless you really, really are stuck. So I was like, fuck it, I don't need the assist mode. I can fucking handle this on my own. Still got my ass handed to me. But it's just it's so good. The basic concept of it is you're playing as a person, a female called Madeline, and you're moving up the Celeste Mountain.
Right.
I can't say any more on why you're doing it at the moment. And what I could say is only going to ruin what the game's trying to
So what type of game is it? What
are
we talking about here?
It's platform puzzler is the best way, if I was to put it into a bracket.
Right.
In terms of, you have these 2D platforms, and you literally have a jump and a dash and a climb. So you can cling onto walls, you can jump and you can dash.
Okay.
And it starts off, you've got to jump from this platform here, you've got to jump, fall down here and climb up here and go. And it starts pretty simple. The third chapter sees you in like a hotel and it starts throwing some new mechanics into you. The fourth chapter just throws wind at you. And all of a sudden you've got all these mechanics to deal with. And each screen is like a stage or a level.
Yeah.
And the checkpoint system is once you go past the level, that is it. It's saved. If you just turn the thing off, if your battery's run out, when you go back on, you're back at that level.
Right.
And when you die, it's probably less than a second until you're back up.
Nice.
It's so quick. To the point where it tells you at the end of a chapter how many times you died.
Oh, God.
End of chapter 3, I died just over 300 times. But not once did I feel frustrated or angry or annoyed. And it's got that thing where you're trying to do a level or a stage. And you're like, this is fucking impossible. How on earth is this possible? And then all of a sudden you go, well, I'll try and do it this way. And you're like, oh, no, let's do it now. And then you spend it and you do it and you're like, oh, thank God. And then you go on. It is genuinely magical. Like, I've not played a game that deals, as I said earlier, with the accessibility of difficulty this well. Because not once did I get frustrated or angry. It was a pleasure playing the game.
So what does the assist add to it then?
So I've not played it, but from what I've read, because I went and Googled it.
Yeah.
You can choose. You can choose, like, the biggest one you can choose is invisibility. So you can literally not die. So if you want to just get through the game, you could just get through the game. But there's other things like where you can increase your stamina. So if you'll jump and then hold onto a wall, you can't hold onto it forever. Your stamina starts running out. And there's little things you can add to it to kind of make it. It's just, there's a lot of talk when it released late January about people like, oh my God, indie game of the year already. I know IGN gave it a 10 and like people were going crazy for it. And I didn't stay away from it. I was busy with other stuff and I was like, I will get to it and check at one point. But I couldn't, nothing about it really looked to grab me.
Yeah.
And then playing through it now, and it's so pick up and put down play. I recommend playing it on the Switch. It's available on PS4 and Xbox and PC, but I recommend playing on the Switch because it is pick up and put down.
Yeah.
It's just fucking amazing. It's genuine. I can't say anything about the ending yet. The story, I really can't say anything because the gameplay is so cleverly linked to the story, but not in an explicit way, and that's all I'll say on that. Like, it's really, if it's going to go the route I'm pretty sure it's going to go, then it's done very well, and that's all I'm going to say on that. But Celeste, blown away by it, really, really good. Coming down the pecking order, Symmetry.
No, I don't know that one at all.
Nope, neither did I.
Right, okay.
The first I saw it when I was doing the weekly release videos, and I was like, this game looks quite cool. So I emailed out, reached out for a code. They got back to me after the release, but said, yeah, here goes a code. Just play through it, like just talk about it whenever you can. Like, that game is really cool.
Like, what is it?
So it's I'm going to say straight away, it's under a tenner, which I was instantly blown away by. It's a survival management game that is, again, fucking hard. You play as a group of 3 researchers who have crashed on like a foreign planet.
Yeah.
And it's very retro inspired in terms of its visual looks and everything like that. And you have the three main mechanics you have is you have to heat the research facility. Yeah. You have to prepare food for people and find metal and electronic scraps. The scraps are used for when stuff breaks down and you can repair it. Right. The heat is done by logs and farming for logs. And food, obviously, to keep you guys alive. And each character has two life bars. And that's on hunger and on health. And basically sleeping restores health, or not sleeping, you go to this weird shower thing, but it restores health, and eating restores hunger.
Yeah.
But it's so cleverly done that one wrong decision, sending someone to go and do something rather than something else,
can
completely ruin a playthrough. I've had 2 playthroughs. First playthrough was about an hour, and they all died.
Right.
Then I realised the second one that if someone's dying, I can kill them and then use their body for food.
What?
Yeah. So, because food takes ages to make, like to prepare. You're talking, like when you've got, it's hard to put into context. When you've got these bars going down and you're trying to make the food, it can take away from doing something else. So I was like, fuck, these people are going to die. So I killed someone. It gives you full stack of food, and I was like, sweet, this is brilliant. But as you go further into the game, so the first playthrough was an hour, second playthrough I done was about an hour and a half. They start realising and noticing different supernatural things happening around them.
Okay.
Like they start noticing things that I can only assume are associated to their past on Earth. And depending on who's alive, depends on what you see. And depending on the combination of people alive, depends on what you see.
Right.
I can't say more because I've not got further.
Okay.
But the main aim...
you've started eating people, so that's nice.
Yeah, but the main aim of the game is effectively you're trying to build up enough of these electronic parts to repair 4 main parts of your crashed spaceship. So then you can fly back home, I guess.
Yeah.
That is going to be so hard. Like, it's to get to that point is going to be so hard because the second time I was playing very conservative. And then I realised that I was running out of wood because the planet's only got so much wood on it. It's not endless wood. So then I was all of a sudden going to run out of... I'd have no heating. So I was like, oh shit, you've got to find the perfect place between playing cautionary and just taking risks.
Yeah.
I really like it. Like I said, I think if you was to finish the game, you're probably looking at about 2 to 2.5 hours playthrough. But
if you can do it in one go without eating everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you're probably going to have to do 3 or 4 playthroughs to kind of work out.
Figure out the right...
Because you can like study different areas. By studying areas at your PC, it means you're more proficient in making food. You make food quicker and things like that. But by doing that, you're taking someone away from gathering resources, which means other stuff's crashing in the station around you. And it's a stressful game.
Jesus.
It's like a genuine... I'm like, oh my God, they're going to die. They're going to die. Kill them. Food. Yes. Sweet. And the last game I played, oh my God. Oh, why did they do this? Past Cure. If anyone has followed Indie from the beginning, I mean, I said this off screen in the pre-show.
Yeah, for the Patreons.
I was so invested in Past Cure because Indie started as an actual personal blog with another name about 2 years ago. And Past Cure was one of the first games I personally covered. And then every time there's been a trailer, I've written about it, or any time there's been a dev vlog, I've watched it and I've shared it, and I'm really was looking forward to this game, especially when they come out and said this is a 6 or 7 hour single player narrative with no replayability. We want to give you a brilliant story to get your way through. I was literally like, oh my God, this is potential to be my game of the year. It's probably going to be one of the worst games I'm going to play this year. I don't understand half the things they've done. I just don't get it. I'm not going to go way in depth because there is a full review that I actually very carefully don't rant because I had to fight myself from ranting. But it's a 5-minute review. I scored the game 5 out of 10. The positives of the game.
Go on.
Your telekinetic abilities are pretty good. You can have one where you can kind of do an out-of-body experience and move to certain things around you. You can take out security cameras and you can use it to see where different guards or creature things are for the stealth sections, which is pretty good. Or you have a very much Max Payne style one where you slow everyone around you but you stay at full speed. So you can kind of, again, it can be used for stealth to sneak past people. Yeah. Or it can be used for attack if you're overcrowded, and you pop it, and you can pop a couple of headshots, and done. They're good. And the overall presentation, not the visuals, the overall presentation of the game is quite nice. I like the letterboxing effect on it. It adds to the cinematic feel the game's trying to achieve. And as I said to you earlier, everything that's out of focus got this kind of weird artistic blur to it. And it kind of carries on well with the game. And that's really about it.
Okay.
That is really about it. I had to struggle not to give this game lower. And I couldn't work out. I was like...
The conversations we've had during the week, because of course Lewis has been really excited by this one for ages, and then you got to play the demo.
Yeah.
And you thought the demo was really good, and he was like,
the demo,
this looks really good.
Very clever of the devs.
Yeah.
They took the demo. So there's 2 hours in the game. Sorry, that's another strong point. The second act. Fucking amazing.
Right.
Genuinely amazing. And that's what the demo is. But the demo's half the second act.
Oh, okay.
They cleverly went, we'll take this bit, because this is good. And it is good.
Right.
And it feels like that is what I honestly think that the second act was the start of the game originally.
Right.
And I think that's the route they wanted to go to. And then somewhere along the line, they bottled going all out horror. Because the second act is so fucking terrifying. It made me feel uncomfortable.
That you were all nervous and
I had sweaty palms playing through it.
Didn't you live stream it?
Yeah, I live streamed it, and I was even people watching it. I think we were up to like 14 viewers on that. People watching it were like, "This looks terrifying." I was like, "This is terrifying." And when I played it again, even though I knew what I was doing, it was still terrifying. But then they decided to take you out of that fucking amazing tense environment and throw you into another fucking stupid sterile room where it's like, "Look at us, we can copy and paste every asset in the game." Brilliant. Command fucking C, Command V, brilliant. Anyway, carry on.
Well, no, it was that was pretty much what I was getting during the week. Apart from there was one point, and it was my favourite moment where you turned to me and you went, "If they don't fucking pull it out of the bag in the last 2 hours, this game's not going to do any better than a 6.5." And I was like, "Okay, we're looking at a 6 from Lewis here." And then I came in, and you were like, "Yeah, it's got 5." So I was like, "Fuck, they must have screwed up at the end."
It's so fragmented. Like there's parts where there'll be a cutscene, and then it will come back to you. You walk 5 yards, and it goes to another cutscene. It'll come back to you. You walk 20 yards, it goes to another cutscene. Come back to you. You might walk for about 2 minutes this time, kill a couple of guys along the way. Another cutscene. But all the fun bits are cutscenes.
So you get to walk between cutscenes.
Yeah, like the second act is amazing. Fucking, I'll tell you what. Cut the first bit off. Cut the last bit off.
Just have the second act.
Just put the second act. Pull it out for 6-7 quid. Brilliant.
But I haven't. How much is it?
25 quid.
25 quid.
25. Do not pay £25 for this game. Like I'm not. And the reason I gave it a 5 is because I looked at our scoring system.
Yeah.
So as soon as I go below 5, it goes into being a poor game.
Yeah.
And realistically, and 5 isn't okay. And realistically, in my head, I was like, this is okay. The middle act. If it wasn't for the middle act, if the middle act was the same as the first, it would have been a 2, 3.
Bloody hell!
Like it's that bad. And I'll tell you what, Phantom 8 must think we are fucking dickheads.
There are more than Phantom 8 who think we're dickheads, mate.
The objective hint system thing, fucking hell.
Oh, God.
Answer phone call from Marcus. And I'm like, okay, so I didn't know Marcus was calling, so you've already ruined that part of the story. And it's the only thing to interact with in the room, and the ring's fucking annoying. So of course I'm going to answer it. We get off the phone to him and just say, go get a drink from downstairs. Okay. I'll go downstairs and get a drink. Go upstairs to bathroom. I go upstairs to bathroom. All it could have had was the main character going, I should probably go to the bathroom now. And then you know. This fucking annoying prompt thing, which sounds like the trophies popping on PS4.
Oh.
So it's going, bloom, bloom, bloom. And I'm like, really? And then you're fucking, by the way, Phantom 8, I'm ranting now.
You are, go for it.
Your turn. Titles for chapters, spoilers.
No.
Well, an hour from the end, the chapter's called Endgame. So I'm like, well, this is the end. Like, really?
No surprises here.
Why are you calling me it? What? Just these little things like, I don't know. It feels rushed. If anything, it just feels rushed. There's so many great ideas the game tries to get across.
And it doesn't manage.
Doesn't deliver on any of them. It is the most, and as the opening paragraph of the review says, It is one of the most overcomplicated, shallow stories I've ever played through.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I've had a great week.
Yeah, that
Celeste,
sounds
woohoo!
fun. Celeste.
Cemetery, yoo-hoo! And we then
And another game that doesn't really matter.
Dan, what have you played?
Okay,
mate?
so
what have you
I
played?
can actually finally talk about it now because this
Oh,
will
I
go
can-
out on
yeah.
Monday, won't it?
Yeah, so I've not played this
Which
for
means it'll be
a while
on
now,
free.
but yeah, go on.
So
Fire
I've
away.
been playing Immortal Redneck for the past
Yes.
couple of weeks and not being able to speak about it.
No.
And on another bit of it, just what's happened is all of my videos got corrupted, so I'm having to redo the whole fucking thing. Which he's laughing because, oh my god, when I was writing it up, I was trying to think of, right, I need a way of describing this. One line that would describe it. And I said that it's like watching the Dukes of Hazzard movie on repeat for the rest of your life. It's that moment when you watch it and you're like, you know what? This is a silly, fun movie. I'm in the fun mood for a silly, fun movie. Oh, it's on again. Okay. Oh shit! No, I don't want to watch this. No, that's not funny. That's just Jesus.
It just overstays its welcome.
It's a really solid shooter. It's very much like the 90s Serious Sam games. So it's all about movement. You jump around, you do bits like that. When I first started playing, one of the first things I had to do was remap the whole controller.
This is really interesting because I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I can see why you're doing it, so you can run and jump at the same time.
Yeah, it's about keeping my hands on. Anyone who plays a first-person shooter a lot will know that the biggest thing you can do is make sure that you have both thumbs on analog sticks at all time. It means you've got the best movement and everything like that. You're going to win fights because you're going to move faster. Because you don't have to move your thumb off to jump and do bits like that. So you're always looking. It's basically why the mouse and keyboard's better, because you always have control of where you're looking and where you're aiming. And of course, most shooters don't do that. They make you take your thumb off. They make you move around and to swap
Hence
weapons.
why scuff controllers.
Scuff controllers are really, or people learn how to do the claw, which is the old one.
Weird.
Yeah, I tried that for a while, just hurt my hand. So I had to go in and remap all the buttons so that I could jump and move. I didn't mind about changing weapons because you don't have to worry too much about that. And it's got solid mechanics. The characters and the monster design are really good. The levels are beautiful and have great places for you to jump around. And you're like, you know what, I'm really enjoying this. And they have a scroll system. Because it's roguelike, they like to add scrolls. And some of these scrolls fuck up your run. It's like, that's it, game over. You can pick up a scroll and go, well, that's it, I can't actually do it. I picked up one yesterday when I was playing because I wanted to capture a bit more footage to prove my point. And I picked up a scroll which meant each time you jumped, you took damage. Now, whenever you enter a room, you're locked in that room. You can't leave the room until you've killed all the monsters. I went into the room, there's lava all over the floor. There's a pit at the other end that you have to go down to kill the monsters. It's the only way to it. So you have to jump across. There's no choice. You have no other, apart from run through the lava, which of course is going to hurt you as well. And I'm there on full health, going, I'm trying to get to the end level boss here.
Yeah.
I cannot make it across this room without damaging myself so much that when I get to the boss, I won't win.
Yeah.
Because there are certain aspects of boss fights that you're going to take damage because of the way it moves and the way that the leveling goes. And you're just fucked. And what it does is it takes away from the beautiful skill bits that it has, where it's about how good you are as a player, and goes, nah, fuck it, you're done. And it's infuriating, and it makes it so that actually it becomes boring. You're bored. It took me 12 hours to finish the first pyramid.
So I've not played it, and this sums up my experience of the game. I'm not really an FPS player. I don't mind them. I'll happily jump in them and go on them. I don't, unless it's on mouse and keyboard. I don't completely suck at them, but I'm not like any good at them. And I played it like the first hour. I was like, this is fucking amazing. This is so much fun. And it was like you can get in, die after 20 minutes. Just put it down. I'll pick it up tomorrow. And I think I've done it for about a week. Probably put about 5 or 6 hours in.
Yeah.
Haven't played it since.
No.
Because I'm just like, I'm not really in the mood to go back and play it.
Well, I mean, I was forcing myself to play it. There were points where I was like, I did not want to play. But it was a case of, I've got to do it. When you review it, you end up having to do this stuff. And you're just like, this is... I'd rather grate my bell end than play some of the levels. And that's how it felt, which is a real shame. Because the monsters are great. The shooting's
Is that solely
good.
down to the scroll system?
It's the scroll system. If you could get rid of the scroll system and make it more about your skill, which the game should be about, and it's really good for that. The bosses are brilliant because they're puzzle bosses. So it's not just I'm going to go in and blast. You've got a physical mechanics to them, which was lovely. But every time you're fucked over by scrolls. So your other option is you can go in and choose to make it so that you have to accept picking up a scroll. But of course, if you don't pick up scrolls, you're not earning the money.
Yeah.
And if you don't earn the money, you can't build up on your skill tree, which means you'll never beat the second pyramid.
No.
Or you'll never even face, because each time you go up a level, so does the difficulty.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you can get a medallion that will allow you to skip half of the pyramid. And you're like, well, there's no fucking point, because I miss half of the cash.
Yeah.
If I haven't got the money, there's no point doing it. And then you're just like, actually, it's just doing so many things to put in your way of making you want to do it.
Mm.
And it's like, you know what? If I wanted to grind, I'd play Destiny.
Yeah. Immortal Redneck. Yeah, I was.
But my problem is I don't know how to score it. Because I'm there with it's one thing that's letting it down.
Scrolls.
It's the scrolls letting it down. Everything else in the game is really good. But because of these scrolls, it gives you that balls to it. In fact, the redneck so many times goes, "Oh, what the shit am I supposed to do this?" I'm being more polite. I don't know why. This is a show we can swear in, but for some reason I was polite for a moment. And he says, "Oh, bloody hell," and all of this lot, and he's talking about how crappy these scrolls are. And you're like, look, the devs knew this.
Yeah.
But for
I've not got to the stage where you probably are. Like, if I was to put in an hour and a half investment into a playthrough and then find one of those scrolls, I'd be furious.
And sometimes that's just one run in a pyramid, an hour and a half.
I've only got to, like, say, a 40-minute playthrough.
Yeah.
And then found one and been like, that's annoying. But it's 40 minutes.
Well, there's times where I've gone through and I've been just about to go through the lift to the very last boss, and I've picked up one that gets rid of all of my weapons and leaves me with a weapon you cannot use to defeat the boss. I mean, literally, it won't defeat the boss. And you're like, shit. And there's no guns on that level for you to pick up, because it's just got rid of them. And you're like, well, I'm fucked. Brilliant. Thanks a lot. That's an hour of my life wasted.
Does feel questionable.
Out comes the cheese grater.
You played anything else this week? Or I know you've been quite busy with getting a Mortal Redneck done.
Yeah, Mortal Redneck's been my main focus, because I didn't want to... I've seen lots and lots of other reviews out there.
Because it's out on PC already.
Because it's been out on PC for a while, and I wanted to see the differences, and there are differences.
Comes to console on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Xbox and PS4 Tuesday.
But quite a lot of people who put the reviews out there had either not finished the first pyramid or just finished the first pyramid. Okay. And I didn't want us to be in that same situation, because a lot of them were saying bits that just didn't feel right.
Okay. That's fair
So
enough.
I needed to make sure I went on, so, you know, I put in God knows how many hours, and I've completed the first two pyramids, and
nice.
I haven't completed the third pyramid.
You haven't lost your save, have you? So you can still.
No, I can still play. That's all fine.
So
it's just the game capture stuff that's gone. So I'm going to be spending this weekend hammering through it with a cheese grater.
Should we jump on some news?
Yeah, let's do news.
Jump on the news. Okay, on to some news now, and we got 5-6-ish pieces of news. I say 5 pieces of news, but one's kind of just a little mention I want to do at the end.
Okay, fair enough.
But start off with Kingdom Come Deliverance. You remember Kingdom Come Deliverance released last year? Last week.
Yeah.
Yep. Kingdom Come Deliverance was the second most downloaded game in the UK last week. Anyway.
That's not a surprise.
Well, so it beat Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
It beat Grand Theft Auto 5.
See, I'm still shocked that that's being downloaded as much as... Surely everyone's got that now.
You think so? I think they're up to 100 million download or copies sold. I think they're around that.
That's just...
It's bonkers.
Yeah.
Absolutely bonkers. But it didn't beat FIFA.
It didn't beat FIFA?
I'm pretty sure I know why. Because EA had a big sale last week.
Everything's last year to you, man.
God.
It's so last year.
EA had a big sale last week, and FIFA's obviously their biggest franchise.
Yeah.
And people obviously went, I'm going to jump on that. But Kingdom Come Deliverance was the second most downloaded game, which is fucking awesome. To see it up there, like I said, with the likes of... And it's not a cheap game. And it's up there competing with Monster Hunter World, with Grand Theft Auto, with Battlefront 2 and all those games. So yeah, well done to Warhorse Studios for getting the second most downloaded game last week, not last year.
Well, last year.
Not last year.
Depending if you time travel.
Next up, we also got the announcement this week that DC is making its way to Rocket League. Have you seen reveal?
I haven't,
gonna
no,
be
but
playing
oh
up
my
there.
god, I want the cars.
They're so
I
cool.
don't really...
So there's two cars coming.
Yeah.
There is the Dark Knight Rises Tumbler Batmobile, the new one.
Because they've already got Batmobile on there, haven't they?
Yep. So they got the
That's-
new. This is the new one from
Yeah.
the Christopher Nolan trilogy,
Yeah.
and they've got the 1989 Warner Brothers
Oh,
coming
nice.
in, which is
The
awesome.
proper Batmobile.
Yes, the proper Batmobile. Along with the Batmobile, or the two Batmobile releasing in Rocket League,
Yeah.
you've got some cosmetic items coming from Aquaman, Flash, Superman, Wonder Woman, and I think that's about it. These are like
Aquaman.
yeah, he'll be some
Someone
kind of
molesting a dolphin.
there'll probably be some trident at the back of your car
okay.
or something like that. And it's coming on the 5th of March. $3.99.
Each.
$3.99 for the whole pack.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad then.
$3.99 for the
Because
whole
I think I
pack.
paid that much for my DeLorean. And I didn't care. I was like, fucking having that.
Rocket League is so good for its DLC. Like
Yeah.
they just not Psionics. That's Psionics. Oh god.
Honestly, right now, not a clue. Brain is dead.
Yeah, Psionics. I'm thinking of the people who made XCOM, but anyway, Psionics. They must have made a shit ton of money because obviously
Yeah.
they went. This game's free for the first month. That's why it was so successful, really.
Oh, that's on the PlayStation.
Everyone was like downloading them, word of mouth. It got out everywhere. When people were like, "This is fucking amazing." Play this game, and it had PS4, PC crossover play.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, "Oh, here's this car. Here's this car. Here's the DeLorean. £4, please." You're
And
like,
and you know
take
me,
the money, take the
you
money,
know
take the
me,
money.
I don't buy stuff in games. I don't buy DLC things, but I saw the DeLorean and went, yeah, fuck it, it's yours.
Yeah. But then that's the issue. Like, we won't get down the whole loot box thingy, but that's the issue that you're buying something, you know what you're getting for that money.
Yeah.
It's different rather than going, buy this
I
loot
might
box.
randomly
You've
get
got
it.
a 1 in 10 chance of getting
Yeah.
a DeLorean, but you might get just this plain red car.
Yeah, I'd have been
Like,
pissed off with that. But
exactly.
to buy a DeLorean, no, that's it.
Exactly. Do you remember Castle of Heart? We spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. That 2.5D cursed night platformer coming to
Yeah.
Switch. It's got a release date.
Hey!
23rd of March.
Okay.
23rd of March, you can get your hands on Castle of Heart. It's a Nintendo Switch exclusive. They said 3D platformer. It's not a 3D platformer. What they mean is it's a 2.5D
2.5,
platformer
yeah.
with 3D backgrounds, is what they meant. I don't know why. I thought that I read this in a press release. It was like a Dark Souls platformer. It's just me making up in my head. I reread all the press releases. No, they don't say that.
You just want it to be.
I
Is
even
that
said,
your dream?
I even said on our weekly news video, that's a new video this week that actually you can go check out if you want to, just a quick rundown of news in 3 minutes. I even said on that, it's a Dark Souls platformer. It's not. I made it up. It's not.
Let's make some bullshit up.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it is a Dark Souls platformer. I really hope it is a fucking brutal, challenging platformer because I can't think of the last time there was a 2D platformer that was genuinely fucking hard. I mean,
Slain.
Okay, Slain. I mean, you could say
Sorry, it's only because I played that over Christmas and
you could
nearly
say
cried.
you could say Celeste was, but that's different. That's a puzzle platform. I'm talking about
Actual
platformer.
straight, yeah.
Yeah, Slain is hard. Do you finish it?
No, it's really fucking hard.
I managed to finish it in the end, but it was it is hard.
It is.
But I enjoy it. I did enjoy it.
Especially when you're sitting on a plane playing it. And then the cabin crew come up and go, "Excuse me, sir, do you mind not swearing?" And you're like, "Was I swearing?" I had to put my Switch away.
We also got the news this week that Fable Fortune, the TCG game,
Yeah.
is released from early access, meaning it's now free to play on PC and Xbox One.
Ooh, I might give that a go.
You should give it a go. I've played about 10 hours of it. It's a pretty good
I
little...
played about so you haven't just dipped into it then.
No, well, that's a TCG, so yeah, I don't
Yeah.
get my toes into it. Because I've only played the story a little bit. I get dominated online because it's classic. You need to learn your deck.
Yeah.
You need to unlock enough cards to then start customising your own deck.
Yeah.
I've only just got to a stage 10 hours in where I'm starting to understand what the key cards are and how to build your deck around these cards. But yeah, I really like it. I don't know loads about Fable. I've played the first one. I've not played 2 or 3.
I played the first and 2.
I don't know loads about Fable, and I don't feel lost in it at all.
Well,
I'm
that's
sure there are people who know Fable will go, "Oh, that's quite a cool little quirky nod." That's a little quirky nod. Same as Hearthstone is with World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's completely free now. Go check it out, PC or Xbox One. If you were a full early purchase the founder, that's what they call them, don't they?
Right.
If you brought into the early access, then you should have been given some little bonus cards as a kind of reward. They were like, thank you for being with us early on. Here's some bonus. I think they were the same as our normal cards, but they were shiny. And if you know what I'm not with shiny.
That's it, you're made.
Woohoo! Another game releasing early access / Xbox game preview is Pit People. Do you know much about Pit People?
Nope.
Neither do I.
Brilliant. Next one. Next one.
I should really have known more about this, but
you
I
put
really
it on
don't.
as your news list, and you don't know shit about it. Awesome.
No, I don't. It's some kind of strategy hex-based game. It's everyone talks about it well, or talks highly of it. It's kind of like I said on Xbox Game Preview. I think it's £20, but it's as of the 5th of March. It's coming out of early access or game preview, going into full release. With the full release, the story missions get cutscenes. There are 15 new additional missions to play through and a whole new overworld map. So it's getting quite a substantial update with it.
But we know nothing about it. No. Brilliant.
If you know anything about Pit People, let us know in the comments below because we'd love to know. Is it worth playing? Because we'd happily play it. We just don't know.
Don't know about it.
Yeah, sorry. And the last one I want to mention, and this is not really, well, it is news, but it's more a mention, is so I watched the DICE Awards this morning. Yep. It was ridiculous time o'clock in the UK, so I watched it in the morning. And for those of you who don't know, the DICE Awards are very similar to the Video Game Awards. They have Game of the Year, they have Narrative of the Year, they have RPG, Racing Game, Sports Game of the Year. It was hosted this year by, I know Greg Miller was one of the hosts, the woman, Needy Nerd or something? I don't know. Sorry, I probably said it wrong. If you know who hosted, comment in the below. All I know is Greg Miller because I watched the kind of funny stuff. It was good fun, actually. It wasn't as cringeworthy as the Video Game Awards. Like they're really cringeworthy.
Yeah.
This was actually quite like a professional production. It was quick. It was snappy. It was an hour and 40 minutes. But what I really liked was the amount of indie games that were represented there. So Gorogoa. It was a mobile game. It released on PC as well. It's on Switch, I think, as well now.
What's it?
5 nominations. Now, it didn't win anything, but I want to just highlight it had 5 nominations in categories like Best Game Design, where it went up against Zelda, it went up against Assassin's Creed, it went up against Horizon Zero Dawn, just to get nominated in that category.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good.
It's a fucking brilliant nod. Yeah, Gorogoa had 5 nominations. What Remains of Edith Finch had 2 nominations. Cuphead had a few nominations. It had 4 nominations, picked up 3 awards. Cuphead.
Okay.
It got one I don't agree with. It got nominated for Game of the Year, but it didn't win it. Good. But the 3 it did win, I completely agree with. It had artwork,
yes,
animations,
yes,
and not sound design, score. So the actual music.
The music behind it. Yeah, okay, no, I actually agree with that.
So all 3, I was like, I can't complain one bit about those. But yeah, like Snipper Clips, which technically is an indie game published by Nintendo, but it's still an indie game. Snipper Clips picked up a couple of awards. It was a kind of ongoing joke. Nintendo only sent one guy there. So
he's just up all the time.
He was literally up on the stage all the time. And he was just, people at the end, he was coming out like, I think the last 4 awards were just him going like that on the stage.
Oh, just walk on, walk off.
But yeah, no, it was good fun. I recommend giving it a watch and that. Zelda did win Game of the Year. The nominations were Zelda, Mario, Horizon, Cuphead, and PUBG. PUBG won Action Game of the Year, which I actually agree with.
Okay.
Because on PC, like, the definition of action is that all-out tense action, and that's probably the best game that promotes that. And I think if you go to the core of it, it's a bloody good action game. I was a bit ashamed to see that Assassin's Creed wasn't represented. Well, it had nominations, but it didn't win.
No.
Still my game of the year last year.
I still haven't played it.
And what else? I said to you that one thing that really did piss me off, and this is a bit of a tangent because it's not an indie game thing, but I'm going to say it anyway. Racing Game of the Year. Now,
we actually talked about this with the Patriots beforehand.
So. As you know, I'm a racing game fan. I'm not like die-hard racing game fan, but I do enjoy races. I like GT Sport. I appreciate it's probably not the best one. Thoughts is really high regarded, and Project Cars 2 is supposed to be, as I said to you, legitimately all-out driving sim. If you used to have a full racing wheel setup, it apparently is like as close to you can get of being in a bloody car. No, not good enough. Mario Kart. That party game, Mario Kart, won Racing Game of the Year. Like, Are you fucking kidding me?
The game that was released a few years ago.
Oh my, that's it. It's a fucking re-release. Like, you got teams out there that are striving so hard to make the most realistic, like the technology they're using to make these realistic racing games is insane. Even Dirt 4, which is a like hands down brilliant rally driving racer. No, Mario Kart. I'm like, and I like Mario Kart. I'm a big fan of Mario Kart.
Yeah, I like Mario Kart.
I still don't class it as a racing game.
I play it with my daughter.
I class
It's one of the few games my wife will play with us
exactly.
as well. So
it's a party game. Next thing they're going to have is fucking Mario, what you call it, party. It's a fucking RPG where you take the role of Bowser. Oh, fuck off. Anyway, rant over. Should we go on to our main topic?
Let's do the main topic.
Let's go on to our main topic. Our main topic this week sees us talking about, and the reason I've picked this one, I picked this because I'm selfish and I'm in charge of show notes.
Sure.
The reason I picked this one was because I've seen 4 videos. I'm not going to pull people out because it's completely their prerogative to... Provocative. Thank you.
Not provocative. That means you're alluring people with your mighty boobs.
Their prerogative.
Their prerogative is their choice.
Yeah. Got there in the end.
Yep.
Patrons are going to be like, oh, he's trying.
Here we go again.
It's their prerogative to cover whatever they want. Like, they can do what they want. It's their channel. Of course they can. I've got nothing against them. And I see where they're coming from. So this all stemmed off the back of System Shock. System Shock, the reboot, or Redux, whatever it's called, has been put on hiatus. And it was obviously a Kickstarter game.
Yeah.
So there's lots of videos going, Kickstarter, it steals your money. Kickstarter's a bad platform. Kickstarter's poison in the video game industry. Now, we're here not to say it's not. We're here to just talk about one... Well, let's answer 3 main questions. Let's answer firstly, is Kickstarter a good platform to start an indie game on?
Right.
As a consumer, would you recommend Kickstarter to someone else to go and look for video games, like new ideas? Let's just go with them 2.
Well, should we make something really like blatantly obvious to start with? That both of us have done Kickstarter videos and we cover Kickstarter projects.
Yeah, so...
I mean, I do a weekly tabletop game and board game Kickstarter video.
Part of our content is... so you do board games.
Yeah.
You do weekly content, don't you?
Yeah.
And I do monthly content for indie games.
Yeah.
We should probably say, we're not sponsored by any of the companies that...
No.
We do it off our own back. I can't imagine how much work a weekly one takes. Because just to do a monthly one, you have to go through so many projects, read stretch goals, read the rewards, read what their ambitions are. If they've got a dev blog, look at the dev blog.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing... We don't want to recommend a game to someone and then it takes someone's money. Like,
yeah.
And let's just be clear quickly. If you back a game on Kickstarter and then that project's cancelled before the end date, you don't pay any money until it's successful. If it's not successful, you don't pay money. So I just want to say that quickly. Some people, I think, have got the false idea.
Yeah, you don't pay until they've hit their target.
Yeah, if they don't hit their target, you don't. Well, I think you get a message saying you've not been charged, but if you want to donate to the project and still make a chance of it happening, you can do. If it is successful, there's still no guarantee that project is ever going to come to light.
No.
And that's where it stands up. But anyway.
No, exactly as you're saying. What you're doing is you are taking a risk in getting something that you would really want to see happen. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's how these projects get made. They're a risk. It's someone with an idea and a dream that they want to get out there, but these things cost a lot of money. Insane amounts of money.
Insane amounts of money.
So what they're basically offering you is a chance to invest in the hope that this will be made. And you have to go through a series of processes. One of the things that we do when we look at the Kickstarter ones is part of what we have to do, and we state it as well, is that you have to check the people who are making it.
Yeah.
Look at the previous things they've done. If they haven't done anything before, check out the comment section. Make sure they're interacting with people. Check out the frequently asked questions. Make sure they're responding quickly.
The good thing is Twitter.
Yeah.
Because they will often have a Twitter link through the dev window. And then if they're regularly active on Twitter, it shows that they're active. They're there. They're actually doing stuff. Sometimes you go onto these Twitter pages and there's like 3 followers following no one. And there's no app.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend the game like that. Because they might actually just not use Twitter. But instantly to me that rings alarm bells that these guys aren't very active.
It's just a false account and they're trying to do something.
I'd put it if I was in their shoes, if I'm trying to get backing and funding to make this dream video game that I want to make, I would be doing everything possible to get the word out there.
Well, as soon as you put it onto Kickstarter, you should spend that entire month just on social media.
But we spoke
and just
to
building the bits and just going mental for it.
we spoke to someone last year at EGX Res, Yucatan developer. I can't remember his name now. Joe someone. He and we said to him about Kickstarter, and he said he wouldn't mind doing it, but the issue is, as he said, when you do Kickstarter, you sell your life to Kickstarter for that month. You have to do daily updates. You have to do all the, and while you're trying to develop a game and run a full-time job to fund the game, he said it's almost impossible for him to do. That's why he's not gone down the Kickstarter route. But anyway, these videos were basically saying, don't trust anything on Kickstarter, don't use Kickstarter, it's a bad platform. What would you say to that?
I'd kind of go two ways on that. Is no, don't trust anything on Kickstarter. Research it. Actually look into it, find out about it, do the work. If you find something you like, you do the legwork to find out if it's there. We'll do certain amounts to help you, so you can find bits, but if you find something else, do the work, look into it, make sure it's legit. So, no, start off with that attitude of actually I don't trust it, and then learn about it. And then if you believe in it, no, it's not a bad platform. It's a brilliant platform.
It's
the amount of games that we get, not only board games, but indie games that we are able to play, it's just phenomenal. And the games that come out, fucking great.
I've got a list here of some games that wouldn't be possible if it was for Kickstarter. Yes. And these games are games that I think everyone likes. You might not have played all of them, you might not have heard of all of them. Torment Tides of Numenera, Yooka-Laylee, Divinity 2 Original Sin, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Amplitude, if you remember that bad boy of a rhythm game, Friday the 13th Game, Hyperlight Drifter, Thimbleweed Park, Battalion 1944, Shovel Knight was a Kickstarter game, and Night in the Woods. That was just a few that I picked up. There were so many that I could have.
These are just the big hitters. These are the ones that everyone's heard of, and it's all thanks to Kickstarter.
I mean, Kingdom Come Deliverance is one of the most backed behind Shenmue 3 and something else. But Kingdom Come Deliverance achieved over £1 million on its Kickstarter campaign, and they still not struggle, but they still were getting close to using up all their funds making the game. That shows you how expensive these games are to make, and that's why they go the Kickstarter route, because they're like, we don't have this money, but we have this incredible idea and all this talent to bring you it. You're effectively buying the game early, and you can get some perks on it, but
there's that element of risk, and that's where the gamble is. So don't go on the Kickstarter and spend a whole load of money you don't have. Think about how much you can afford and do it. I have to do that. When I go onto Kickstarter and I back a game, I have to think, okay, how much money do I have? Now, if it's not enough money to get a pledge, there will be times I will support a Kickstarter for like $1, $2, just as a way of saying, you know what, I like what you're doing, but I can't afford the $150 for the game or something, because to me, that's a massive gamble I'm not willing to take. I'm not really a gambling person. And that's what you've got to think. You've just got to be realistic about it.
There's so many other ways.
And that will help games get made. Your $1, $2 can help.
There's so many ways as well. If you haven't got the means to it, but you really like the idea, just sharing it on social media. That is like a huge thing. The more people that see that game, they go, oh, actually, if 100 people see that game and they go on there and each of those 100 people throw them $1, that's all of a sudden $100. That's one step closer. And if 10% of that 100 people share the game again, all of a sudden a whole new crowd of people have seen it.
That's why so many Kickstarter campaigns have social media goals now.
And they do Thunderclap, don't they, beforehand? So Thunderclap to get the social word out there. Yeah, but they do have social media goals. And me personally, I'm saying Kickstarter, be careful looking through there, because there are some stinky projects and there are some ones that... Stuff like System Shock, it's going to come. Like, it's on hiatus. No one kicked off when Crackdown 3 went on hiatus, and we still don't even know a bloody release date for that. Like,
and then in other cases, we've got Mighty Number 9, which actually got made.
And that was the seventh most backed
and
project.
And then Shenmue 3, still not out.
Yeah,
So, I mean, you've got these risks. They can be big-name titles. So just because it's a big name doesn't mean it will be
Yooka-Laylee
made.
took and there's things like, I don't know if you remember the Yooka-Laylee, the big uproar on Yooka-Laylee was... Because when it originally got announced and people backed it, it was for a Wii U version.
Yeah.
So people backed it for the Wii U version. And then it took a lot longer through the development process. And they said, look, it's coming to the Switch. If you brought a Wii U version, you get a Switch version, but there won't be a Wii U version.
Yeah.
So people who didn't upgrade to a Switch were all of a sudden pretty burnt. Which is shit, but it's the risk you take for Kickstarter.
And that's it. It's a risk. But is Kickstarter a bad platform? No. No, not at all.
You wouldn't have nearly as much creativity out there if it wasn't for platforms like Kickstarter.
Yeah, it feels like an odd one to have a debate about when we're both vehemently,
Yeah, no, it's true. I don't know. I saw some videos and it made me question. I was like, is it? And I was like, that'd be a good topic to talk about actually on the podcast.
What were they saying? What were their main points?
They were saying that you got to be careful of Kickstarter and that it's too many people set up ghost accounts to get the funding and then they just disappear with the money. And I mean, same can happen with anything. Like anyone can do that. And in the street, you hear of these shops. People pop up these shops up, and they do these deals, and then people go back 2 days later and they're gone. Like scams can happen anywhere, and more often than ever, they're on the internet. Anytime someone can exploit any platform for something, they will. Like whether it's video games, whether it's comics, whether it's board games, whether it's TV, whether it's movies, people always exploit stuff. And if you live, in my philosophy is if you live life always worrying about that, then you're never going to have much fun.
We'll never get great games.
No, exactly. I mean, fucking so many good games. Hyper Light Drifter, so good. Torment Sergeant Numenera. It's not for everyone. I'm going to be honest there, but I like
Divinity 2: Original Sin.
Still not played all of it. I'm playing through. Well, I've played 5 hours of Divinity.
Yeah.
And I got swamped under, and I'm like, I just need to come back to it. But Divinity 2: Original Sin, I'm pretty sure will come to console this year at some point.
So.
At some point, it's got a good DM mode apparently.
Yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
But yeah, that wraps it up.
Yay!
That wraps up this week's Indie Credible podcast. It was a bit of a shorter one for you guys. Hopefully you still enjoyed it. Yeah, it's good we haven't got Tommy. He's always been a dick normally, making us laugh or butting in or...
Just takes too long to get through stuff.
And he speaks so quietly. When I'm editing it, I'm like, speak up.
Is he quiet?
He's so quiet. I have to sometimes like compress his voice to get it up louder.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking pain in the arse. But yeah, no, that does wrap up the Indie Credible podcast. You can find us, as I've said before, on YouTube if you want to watch the video version. Or if you just want to do audio version, there's nothing wrong with that. You can find us on iTunes, we're on SoundCloud, we're on Player FM, and just about every other one apart from Google Play. If you do like what we do, guys, then there's 2 options to support us. The first one doesn't cost you a penny. You can just give us a comment on iTunes. It really, really helps us boost up the rankings, helps us get indie game content out there even more. Or you can head over to YouTube and share our video or like our video or even comment on the video. All that social interaction really helps us boost up on the YouTube search ranking thingies. Yeah, SEO is what the word I was after, the phrase I was after. But if you like us even more, you think, do you know what? I want to go one step further. These guys are amazing. I don't want to just share them. I want to be in bed with them. Then
maybe a step too far.
Yeah, maybe a step too far.
Especially anyway, seeing as it's only like $1.
Yeah,
I'm worth more than $1.
Then you can head over to Patreon, patreon.com/IndieCredible, and you can throw us $1. $1 will get you exclusive access. It doesn't get shared anywhere else for pre and post show content on the Indie Credible podcast. That content is normally about 20 to 30 minutes per week, and we talk about just about anything.
Yeah.
What we've been doing, games we've been playing, movies we watched, women we shagged. No, we're married.
We're both married. So it's the same. Yeah. Well, it's not the same woman, obviously. we have different.
When we go to swinging clubs together, we share those stories.
Car keys everywhere.
But no, yeah, $1 will get you exclusive access to the pre and post content, and it will also get you audio access to 2 other monthly shows: the Not So Indie show and the What We Loved show. If you want to see those in video form, that will cost you $3. Or if you saw at the beginning of the video, there was a nice little scroll of names going across the bottom with 2 names on it at the moment. That will cost you $5. $5 will get your name pimped out on our Patreon scroll. You'll be there. You'll be like, yeah, look at me. Boom. Absolute lad or lass. Your choice.
It literally is their choice.
Yeah, non-binary. We are complete non-binary. Is that the word?
I have no idea.
Gender fluid.
Gender fluid.
That's what we're called.
That sounds so wrong.
I should know this because I taught in a very contemporary city school. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gender fluid. Anyway, we don't want to tread on people's toes here. We could easily piss someone off by going that way. And if we did piss you off, good.
Bye.
Yeah. And until next week, guys, thank you so much for watching. Patreon, stick around as you are going to get some exclusive post-show content. The rest of you, we'll see you next week.
I'm sure it'll be amazing.
Thank you very much.